This episode of the What's Happening Delco podcast is sponsored by Delco Meets for Business. Check us out on Meetup at Delco Meets, the number 4 business, and attend one of our incredible networking events. Be sure to register, and we'll see you there. What's happening, Delco? I'm Rich Shane, and welcome to the What's Happening Delco podcast. Today, I'm joined by Kathy Parkinson of the Grange Estate. Kathy, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
Kathy, what is the Grange Estate?
Well, the historic Grange Estate is located in Havertown. We're on 9.9 acres. We have 8 outbuildings, and we are a house museum and vintage shop and just a lot of other cool things.
The Grange Estate has a tremendous amount of history and background to that. Can you share some of that with our listeners?
Of course. So in 1682, John Lewis, who was our first owner, bought a land grant from William Penn. William Penn was given the land from King Charles II for a debt that his father had owed. So John Lewis was Welsh, and he was a Quaker, wanted to come over to the New World to establish religious freedom, and he settled here in Haverford Township. It wasn't Haverford Township at the time, but what is now Haverford Township, and built a little log cabin. And by the 1700s, the first rendition of what you see now as the historic Grange Estate was built. We have had many owners since John Lewis. One of the most notable was John Ross, who was involved in the Revolutionary War. He gave money to the Continental Army for uniforms, and we've had George Washington, Ben Franklin, Lafayette, a lot of notable Revolutionary War heroes out at the Grange for lunch to have many discussions about what was happening at the war and just to try to promote what was going on during that time.
So the Grange Estate played a pivotal role in our success in the Revolutionary War and our birth as a country and a nation.
It certainly did. So the story is that John Ross would invite George Washington, Ben Franklin, whoever else was involved in the discussions, and we actually have a Washington Walk on our property. If you go down Washington Walk, there's a lovely little water wheel on your left. If you turn to the right, there's a beautiful opening, and that's where they would have lunch. Now, the story goes, we don't know if this is true or not, is that when they needed white wine, they would raise a flag for a white flag. And when they ran out of red wine, they would raise a flag for red. And there were Minutemen who walked to the perimeter of the areas to make sure that no spies or no secrets were getting out. So we were very pivotal in the winning of the war. And for John Ross, he had an estate in Center City, but this was his summer home. So it was a lovely escape from those terrible, hot, humid summers in Philadelphia. So I think that's why they all came out here, to just get a little reprieve, and they could think and talk, and it was quiet, and they could kind of strategize on what was going to happen next during the Revolutionary War.
You mentioned, Kathy, that the Grange Estate has seen many owners, but I understand that at one point it may not have ever existed. There may have been some sort of a change to it that we wouldn't have gotten the historical record of what the house is today, and the ability to enjoy and understand and learn from what all the things that have gone on there have been taking place.
Right, that's true. So the last owners were the Hoffmans, Mr. and Mrs. Hoffman. They never had children, and when Mr. and Mrs. Hoffman both passed, Mrs. Hoffman passed in the early 70s, the estate was given to their nephews. They had 2 nephews. One nephew was given the grounds and the outbuildings, and the other was given the house and all of the furnishings in the house. Neither one of the nephews wanted the responsibility to do the upkeep of the Grange, so they put it up for auction. It was 9.9 acres. It was going up for auction. A student actually walked through the grounds to get home and was just like, "What's this auction sign?" And he told his teacher. His teacher got another history teacher, Bev Rohr, involved, and they didn't know the history, but they knew that it looked like it was an important building and all of the outbuildings, and they just felt that this was something that they should keep. So there was kind of like a grassroots effort to save the Grange. The high school students collected their change at lunchtime and in homeroom, and there was a big push for the township to buy the ground and all of the buildings. And in 1973, 1974, there wasn't a whole lot of thought about preserving historical things. You know, it was a different time, and they really kind of talked to the township and harassed the township in a loving way. And the day that I think the auction was supposed to go off on May 23rd, 1974, a couple days before, the township manager called and said, "Listen, we're going to buy it, find the money, buy the estate." And luckily, the estate was bought, because if not, it would have been knocked down, and an office building and another shopping center would have been built in its place, and all of this history would have been lost.
What can people expect when they come to the Grange Estate, when they come to visit?
So when you come to visit, it's a beautiful, we have 9.9 acres. We have beautiful gardens. We are in the process of redoing our south garden, so to be more reminiscent of what it looked like in the early 1900s. We have, like I said, we have outbuildings. We have a lower spring house, upper spring house, a long barn, a carriage house, because they kept horses and carriages because that's how people kind of got around. We have the water wheel. So the gardens and the grounds are just absolutely breathtaking. So the jewel in the crown is our historical mansion. It has had many different kind of makeovers through the years, but it is just beautifully maintained. All of the furniture in it is on permanent loan from the Delaware County Historical Society. And also we do get many donations from people throughout the years. We have in our library, we have beautiful collection of flow blue china. And throughout the house, we just have a beautiful collection of china, furniture, glassware, everything that you could imagine. But what we really love to show is at the holiday time, because every single room is decorated. The library is turned into a Santa room with over 2,000 Santa Clauses. It's one person's collection, and we just go all out. Every room is decorated differently. We even have Christmas trees in all of the bathrooms, which is a cute little addition. 17 trees altogether. In the carriage house, we have a huge train display that's, I think, 7 or 8 levels, 25 trains going. So it's just a wonderful place to be during the holiday season.
If people want to come and enjoy the Grange for a special occasion, something coming up that they want to mark in their lives, can they book something with the Grange as well?
Yes. So what our limitations are April through October. And we usually do things outdoors because the inside is just so delicate to have to have any sort of event. But you can book the outside, which is actually lovely. We have a huge wraparound porch with tents on the front lawn. It's just a beautiful place to have a shower, to have a small wedding, a special anniversary party, or even a special a special anniversary or a birthday. We do have the carriage house that can also be rented, which is a little bit safer for the weather. And so we do have spots for rental.
How do people find the Grange? How do they connect with you if they want to come and visit? Hours of operation?
Okay, well, our hours of operation are pretty easy. When it's not the holidays, we're open Sundays from 1 to 4, the vintage shop and the mansion. Since we are owned by Haverford Township, we are considered a park, so they could come and walk the grounds from dawn to dusk. When it is the holiday season, we're open on Saturdays and Sundays from 1 to 4. And you don't need prepaid tickets or anything. You can just come. It's $5 to get in and to experience the beauty of the Grange.
It is certainly a beautiful place, and
Mm-hmm.
we appreciate all that you do, all your staff does, the team, to keep it the way it is and to improve it as it does come about. So you're out and about in Delco and you have a cheesesteak craving. Kathy, where are you going for your cheesesteak?
We go to Havertown Pizza. We go Havertown Pizza. It's the best. And the train guys swear by it every Saturday and Sunday. They usually get lunch delivered from Havertown Pizza. That's where to go.
All right, so you're going to Havertown Pizza for your cheesesteak. Where are you
Hmm.
going for your pizza?
We go to Havertown Pizza. We go to the same place. Don't say anything. I mean, but we do love pikas, even though the restaurants closed down. You can still get takeout. So pikas is close to our hearts too.
Kathy, what's tomato pie?
Tomato pie, it's it's a pizza without cheese,
You
right?
have a convenience store need? Where do you stop at Wawa or Royal Farms?
Wawa. We are Wawa.
Kathy, how do you describe Delco to someone who's not heard of Delco before or who has never been here?
Um, I think Delco is just a special place where everybody kind of helps everybody. Like if you need something, you can go to your neighbor. And especially in this time of need for a lot of people, let me tell you, the food banks are always filled. We're, you know, we, Delco kind of just gets together and helps those people that need help and never ask why, when. They just are like, where do we have to be? What do we have to do? And we kind of hug and take care of ourselves, our own.
Kathy, is there anything we haven't spoken about today on the podcast? Anything you want listeners to know more about you or the Grange Estates?
Well, the Grange Estate only has one paid employee. So we work with volunteers. We live and die by volunteers. So if you have even just an hour of time and you think that this might be something that you'd like to do, please come and contact us. You can look us up on just Google the Grange Estate, check out our website. We love to have new people come and help us out. And you don't have to be, like a lot of times we are always looking for gardeners, but we have a lot of work we can do inside in ARC. We have a whole boardroom that is filled with archives and we need to go through all of that. So we love to have people come and help us. Even, like I said, even if it's just for an hour or two, that's perfectly fine. Our vintage shop is wonderful. It is curated for each of the seasons. So we have our sip and shop, which is coming up on Thursday. And the shop is going to be previewing all of our Christmas and holiday goods. So that's really exciting. And I kind of got involved because my husband does the trains. He's been doing the trains for 20 years and it has grown over the years. And I'm so happy that I get the chance to experience the Grange and watching other people experience it for the first time.
Kathy, thank you so much for being a steward of history, of all that is good in Delco. It's a wonderful gem, the Grange Estate, whether you're walking the grounds and the gardens, where you get to see the inside, especially during holiday time, during Christmas time. It's
Mhm.
just so wonderful, warm, incredible to you and the staff and all that you do to maintain those 17 trees and where you put them and how you decorate. But thank you so much for being a friend of what's happening, Delco. We look forward to seeing you on our visits to the Grange and just
Thank you.
really, really thank you so much for all you do. Grateful for the time and efforts that everybody puts in there.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Hey, it's Rich. Thank you so much for being a listener to the What's Happening Delco podcast. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to learn more about the people and businesses in our community. I have been a real estate agent for over 25 years, working with first-time home buyers to last-time home sellers. As a listener of the podcast, my gift to you is a complimentary 1-year American Home Shield home warranty. This is for buyers and sellers that I help. If you're looking to move anywhere in the United States, I have you covered with an amazing network of real estate agents. I look forward to hearing from you. My direct line is 215-313-3777, or you can email me at rshaneremax@comcast.net. Oh, by the way, I am never too busy for any of your referrals.